Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's up, everybody on the airways right now? Listen, like and share the show. It's Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. And yes, I am off the top, by the way, this morning. Haha, I'm off the top this morning with the top of the morning sports show coming to you live right here. You get it. You see it. My guy last 2 nights ago did his thing, and if you didn't watch it, shame on you, damn you. My guy, Friday Lights is in the building. Mr. Alphabets is in the building. Marcus the Alphabets is in the building. I gotta give my brother and show my brother some gratitude this morning. He didn't know this was coming, but I'm gonna tell him myself right here on the show this very morning because it's the season to be thankful. Marcus the Alphabets. I want to tell you from brother to brother that I appreciate every single moment that we've had in sports for the last 6 years, sir. I appreciate you, sir, this
Hey
morning.
man, like
If
we
y'all want
always
to,
say,
I
we
don't care if y'all want to say, "Oh, what a sentimental moment." No, this is a moment of value mixed with valor. I appreciate everything you've done for the last 6 years, sir, when it comes to this sports journalism shit. Thank you.
real quick story, y'all, man. Dre kind of put me on this. Well, actually, William Ricker did. We used to do a show, and then Dre, he's like, "You need to start doing your own show." I'm like, "Man, I ain't doing no damn show, man. I'm not doing that." And
Yep.
he kind of convinced me to do it. And it's crazy because Ramona, who's my co-host on Alphabet's football show, she was going through some things, and I kind of did the same thing to her. There's an old saying that goes, man, each one teach one. Iron sharpens iron, man. I'm a firm believer in that, man, reaching down to people and pulling people up, So it's been it ain't been all it's smooth sailing, but
Nope.
it's we're still here. We're still kicking up dust, man. And this guy, he's one of the few people that could call me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. Come on, Marcus, let's roll. Man, come on, Marcus, let's go. Get your coffee and let's ride. So you need
That's right.
people like that in your life. Let's roll. Let's go do this, man. So I'm happy to be here. Actually didn't do a show 2 nights ago. We did it last night. We had to cancel our
Yeah, last
Friday
night.
show.
I'm sorry. I said
My
2 nights
my
last
thing
night.
was messed up too. Shout
I'm
out to
thinking
Gary. Yeah, well,
today is
Gary Dye.
Saturday for some reason.
Yeah, shout out to Gary Dye, Ramona's son. He graduated from the Correction Officers Academy on Friday, so we weren't able to do that. Mona had to ride over to Richmond, Virginia, which is like 5 hours away from where she lives in Virginia. So we had to cancel on Friday night, but we made up last night. And if
Last
y'all
night,
get a
yes.
chance, if y'all get a chance, go get up on the Alphabets Football Show channel on YouTube and get up in there. By the way, shout out to June Pierre from Off the Top Sports Podcast. I like to people be rocking my stuff, so I like to show love back, man. Shout out to June Pierre. I'll get you a hoodie, bro. But yeah, they do a lot of good work over there too. So I'm just showing some love to Off the Top Sports Podcast too, man.
For sure. Definitely. Off the top. Off the top. They've been working too. I appreciate it.
Mhm.
Just like Stay Tuned been working too. Shout out to my guy Josh Bailey, who always every Tuesday is working. They over there working too. And by the
Yeah,
way, I got an invite. I got an invite this Tuesday. And I
get
plan
up
to
in
show
there.
up
Get up
because
in there.
I'm going to,
Get
and
up
this is
in
a
there.
lovely segue to the beginning of the show, folks. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know what to do. You come here, bring your drink, your snack, and a plus one. Y'all already know those three things, right?
This ain't quite coffee talk, but I got my coffee with me, man.
It's
I
all
got my
it's all
coffee with me.
good. Listen, it's all good. By the way, the call line will be open in about 5 minutes too. Um 716-954-5209 will be the call line number today. Listen, I got an invite. In the invite, I'm gonna talk about this very thing right here. So if you watch the very intro, because I like to put intros in the show before the show starts now, where I showed you guys that Clemson just beat SMU. We're going to start off with this, and then we're going to get into NFL. Because I got to bring this up, and I got to put this out there, because I don't hear too many people doing this on any sports shows at all. And it needs to be put out there. Shout out to Al York, too. Al York will be on the show Thursday night. That rough, gritty guy that y'all watch on here, yeah, he'll be on Thursday, because we're going to talk about this very same thing again. But I put this guy out here right here. You see the first post. James Franklin has not beaten a top 5 team in almost 3,000 days. For all those who've been talking about this top 12, the committee fixed the problem. The committee fixed the problem. They'll put 12 teams in there. They'll put 12 in there this year. We'll make it fair. And everything's going to be peaches and cream and all this good stuff. Well, guess what? You know what's so funny? So funny about this? Marcus didn't see this one either. Marcus didn't see this one coming either. But I'm going to put it out there, because me and Marcus said this so long ago that as soon as they put 12 teams in there,
whoever's number 13
will be 16. They're going to want 16 teams.
Yeah.
What is the talk this morning, Marcus? The alphabet. What's the talk this morning? Well, that's 16 teams in there now.
Yeah.
There. 2027, 26, 27, they'll have 16 teams.
How many teams go to March Madness? Now they doing like 60 teams now?
64. 66
60. It used to be like what? Like it like 32, and then they doubled it. And I'll tell you, every year there's somebody. Every year there's somebody, and whoever's the one who's just outside the fence, they're the one that gets mad and say that it ain't fair. They're the one that say it ain't fair.
I'm laughing at this, Marcus, and here's why. What's up, Dwayne? I see you, Dwayne. I see you, Gerald. What up, Andy? What's good? I see all y'all. I see Jay Renata in here already talking about Manning is better than Ewers. Now listen. I told you this so long ago. Marcus also told you this so long ago.
What's up, Jay? What's up, Tank?
But because I'm saying that does not stop me from saying what I'm about to say about this man right here. The whiteout, because that's what they call Penn State, the whiteout. Well, you can go get the whiteout when it comes to Penn State playing any team that's in the top 5 ever. If you want to be a betting man, bet the other team if the other team is in the top 5 against Penn State. You can wipe Penn State right out. And I mean, literally, go get the whiteout. Go ahead, go to the table, wherever your desk is right now, and go get a whiteout. Go get the whiteout and just white out Penn State's name from now on. Because as I've stated, choke artist is the name for the game. I'm giving you what is befitting. And what is befitting, and I see Russell K calling. Good morning, Russ. Is that this guy cannot get it done when it matters. Jay Renat, Oregon can have a squad. That does not stop the other 2,967 days in which you did not be a top 5 team. I don't want to hear it.
How do you let Oregon come in from the Pac-12, Pac-15, whatever the hell they were, in their first year and kick your teeth in a division in a conference that you've been in for forever?
So long. Yes,
forever.
Let's get that started.
Right. Same thing with Ohio State, Ryan Day.
Yeah. Round of applause. Round me outside. Because he was the next one I was going to bring up too. There are people who are good coaches who just won't get you over the hump. Guess who one of those coaches is?
Kyle Shanahan.
James Franklin, Ryan Day. Oh, and let me mention Marcus Freeman too. I got to mention my guy from the Boondocks. My guy, Marcus Freeman. Yes, Mr. Freeman. I got to mention him. All good coaches.
Where's Freeman from? Where's Freeman
Notre
from?
Dame is not,
Where's Freeman from?
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is not winning the national championship, folks.
Yeah.
Penn State is not winning the national championship,
No.
folks.
No.
Ohio State is not winning the championship, folks. I'm just gonna let y'all know this now, so y'all can get it out your minds and go ahead and write this thing off. They're not. They're not. And I'm going by straight premise and pattern. The patterns are they can't beat the teams that they need to. Like Ryan Day, you lose to Michigan, unranked Michigan, when you needed to win that game, you lose to unranked Michigan. Or James Franklin, you had the lights brightest yesterday, and Oregon put up 45 on you like it was nobody's business. But people was telling me this is a great defensive team. This is a great team all around. They're great.
I do like Abdul Carter though. I really like
they
Abdul
battled
Carter.
late, but too damn late. Tim Purnell wants Ohio State to hire Deion Sanders.
That's not going to happen.
No,
that's not good. Either Deion's going to stay in Colorado, and here's the long shot: Florida State. That's his alma mater, man. I think he's always wanted to get back to Florida State.
So minus the alphabets. I'm so glad that you mentioned that this morning because that goes right into the next comment that I'm about to make. So, folks, I put him out here because I wanted to make sure that first I white out this guy real quick. They're not winning a national championship. Penn State has been choke artists for years, and I've said that so many times. I don't care if it hurts people's feelings. Get out your feelings. You need some dew wipes, I'll go get you some. I don't care. There's no more benefit of the doubt. I just told Marcus on the show before the show started. 2025 is the season of no more benefit of the doubt. I'm not giving you benefit of the doubt. My premise is going to be parallel at all points in time. Ryan Day, you on that same linear line. That's choke artist. You on the line. James Franklin, you on the line. Marcus Freeman, you on the line. I'm not giving any more. I'm not giving y'all no more benefits of the doubt.
No more grace. No more grace. No more grace.
No more grace. No more grace. Saving grace. Okay, so no, absolutely not. Number 2. Speaking of Florida State, Marcus, this thought came to me last night like a lightning bolt. What have sports committees been doing with teams that have the certain last name?
What, leaving them out?
No, certain last names, like Native American last names.
Okay. Oh, they made them change their name.
Overtones, because for those who think that racism doesn't exist in sports, sad to tell you it does. But here's what I thought about. I played the clip of Clemson beating SMU, right? SMU was a 11-1 team, by the way. Clemson is in the ACC championship with 3 losses, and here's why. Because Miami had 2 divisional losses and Clemson had 1, even though Clemson has 3 losses and Miami only had 2, right? Well, they lost yesterday by a field goal. Guess what I seen this morning, Marcus?
Who got in?
Clemson is in. SMU is out. SMU, an 11-1 team, is out because they lost by a field goal to Clemson, a 3-loss team. Mind you, you can tell head and shoulders that Clemson has obviously been in the ACC way longer than SMU, and SMU is not. You can tell. What is the styles make fights conversation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is gonna get to my Florida State point because now I'm about to bring it full circle. Isn't that hilarious that Clemson 9-3 wins the ACC championship this year and somehow they're in the playoff? But last year, Florida State undefeated, 13-0. Oh, and I know what's about to come next. Some of y'all gonna say, well, the quarterback was out last year, so the committee decided to pardon and give him pity and not put him in the playoff because Jordan Travis wasn't in the games. The last 3 games he was injured. Well, guess what? Clemson's quarterback was a backup last year, by the way. For those who don't pay attention to college football, he was a backup. He was a backup last year. The only reason why he even started is because DJ Ungale went to a whole nother school. Hello.
But you know the thing about it though, Torch? I'm a firm believer in if you're fraudulent, you're gonna get exposed. Clemson, you're sitting over there, y'all are celebrating because y'all got in. Y'all got in by the skin of your teeth, but guess what? You're gonna get exposed real quick when the playoffs start.
Right.
They gonna get y'all up out of there fast.
So here's my question though, Marcus. So why didn't Florida State get that chance to get exposed last year? Well, here's the thing. You got to kick out SMU now because the committee has to stay complicit to the disrespect that they showed Florida State last year when they were undefeated 13-0 and decided to, nope, Florida State, you ain't getting in. But let Alabama get in with 2 losses last year, and they got beaten the first round of the playoff. Oh, guess what team is in the playoff again, Marcus? With 3 losses this year.
Jay says, let it go. He says, let it go, Torch. FSU had 0 chance to win anything last year. So it's okay. Hang on. So that's the way we roll now in sports. You don't have a chance at all. You don't have a chance at all. Look, we have seen upsets. We have seen upsets in sports in every type of sport. The American hockey team versus the Russians in the Olympics. What was their chance? What was their chance? The Denver Nuggets as a 8 seed beating who did they beat? Like
Golden State.
Golden State. You know, we've just to say you don't have a chance in here. How about Ohio State beating that Miami Hurricane team back in the day? You remember that Maurice Clarett?
Mm-hmm.
Just to say you don't have a chance. Look, maybe on paper we don't have a chance. Maybe on paper, but guess what? In sports, we don't play on paper. If I've done everything and checked all of the boxes to get there, I should have the opportunity. What was Buster Douglas's chance versus Mike Tyson? Did he have a chance? Did he have a chance? Because I believe that the betting odds for that fight was 30-1. What was Holly Holmes' chance of beating Ronda Rousey?
Again. The silliness that I hear when people say 0 chance, but yet that team was undefeated. We're not talking about the team that had 1 loss, 2 losses, 3 losses. They literally won every game without Jordan.
Okay. I'm gonna give you another example, Jay. What about your Miami Dolphins? I know we're jumping all over the place. What about your Miami Dolphins when y'all didn't have a quarterback and you decided to say play Ronnie Brown as your at the Wildcat? Y'all started the whole Wildcat thing and you beat the Patriots. So I don't want to hear the bottom line is Florida State was undefeated. They checked out all the boxes, and they probably would have got their asses kicked. I'm with you, but you can't just dismiss them for that just because you say that they don't have a chance.
Correct. That's my whole point.
You got to play the game. We don't play on paper or hypotheticals. We play based off of it's crazy in the NFL right now. The Atlanta Falcons are 6-6. Okay, they're going to probably win the NFC South, and they're going to get to host a team. They're going to get to host a team in the playoffs. They're going to get to host a team at home with a better record.
Wait a minute. Tampa Bay last year. Hold on. Tampa Bay last year was 9-8. They hosted Philadelphia that was 11-6, and Philly got their asses kicked in Tampa Bay. No chance though. By the way, Jay Renat, if you were listening, I already explained that Clemson's quarterback technically was a backup. DJ Ungale left the team. which is the reason why Kubiak got to even start on Clemson. I just explained that in the very beginning of the show, sir. So the backup excuse is BS. They lost 3 games, sir. When you lose 3 games, yo, Marcus, back in the day, when you lost 1 game,
you were out.
You were out, especially to unranked. Watch this.
Yeah.
Hello, Alabama, literally, figuratively, lost to 2 unranked teams this year. 2. One of them being a 5-win Oklahoma team that you only scored a field goal on, by the way. You lost 24-3 to Oklahoma. You lost to Vanderbilt. Marcus, can you tell me what Vanderbilt's last name is? Do you know the last name to the Vanderbilt team?
The Commodores.
Damn, the Commodores. The hell, Jay Renard, please stop with the arrogant BS excuses. We ain't doing this. Excuses is only good for people who like making them, by the way. I just want to put that out there. Excuses is only good for people who like making them.
It's okay though with Clemson. It's okay with Clemson though, because they gon' I would be willing to bet that they're gonna be a first round exit.
Right. Hold on. No. Jay Renard brought up schedule strength. Bro, that is the whole reason why the committee came up with 12 teams to begin with. We all know that the SEC is always going to have the better strength of schedule. That is inevitable. Another excuse. That is an excuse now. You cannot use that as premise anymore because the committee literally went from 4 to 12 to get away from that excuse. And what excuse am I hearing again this morning? Strength of schedule again. You lost to Tennessee. Tennessee beat you by a touchdown. You lost to Vanderbilt, sir, by 5. And you got blown out by 3 touchdowns to Oklahoma, who won 5 games prior, sir.
They're looking at it though. They're looking at it, and this is why some people don't believe in if you win your conference, it's an automatic bid. That's why
Alabama
some people
didn't win their conference.
No, I'm talking about with Clemson. Clemson's got 3 losses, and they're the ACC champion.
Right. So what happened?
So some people,
at undefeated who won they got.
Yeah, at large bid, but again, but then last year was only 4 teams. So that's the difference between this year.
There has never been, Marcus, last year, there had never been a conference Power 5 school who won their conference and did not make the playoff until Florida State. Well, hey, that's kind of funny. The Florida State last name is the Seminoles, right? The Seminoles. Interesting enough to me, Marcus, I thought about this and I went even further. I said, yo, you want to know why Florida State, Mike Norvell went from 13-0 to the disgusting season that they had this year? I'm talking about disgusting. I'm talking about like Colorado's first year 4-8 disgusting, probably even worse than that. If I am a recruit, Marcus, if I'm a college recruit and I just saw Florida State just got screwed over by the committee as a 13-0 team, are you wanting to go to that same school and play football?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
Marcus, you're a star. You're a star running back. Hold on, I'll put it in even more straight. You're a star running back. Coming out of El Paso, Texas. You that big guy. The guy that wanted to go to Texas but couldn't because Bam Morris was in front of you, right?
Texas Tech. Texas
Tech. That's okay. Texas Tech. But Florida State say, hey, Marcus, the Alphabets, we got a position right here for you. Even though we just got screwed in the national championship last year.
You're comparing it to. It's a little bit different for them Texas boys because guess what? If I don't get to go to Texas, which a lot of young kids, that's what if you grew up or were raised in Texas, you want to go to Texas. But if you don't go to Texas, there's about 6 or 7 more teams in the state of Texas you can go to. You go to Texas Tech, you go to Texas A&M, you can go to Baylor, you can go to TCU, you can go to SMU, you could go to Houston, you could go. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of others, or you just go right next door to Oklahoma, like Adrian Peterson did. Adrian Peterson's from there, but I understand what you're saying. But I just think that you have down years sometimes. Like sometimes it's like they lost a lot of people last year, and then you're trying to, you were relying on a lot of people last year that are gone now. Like think of the people that they lost last year. You lost your quarterback,
right,
Travis Jordan.
But every year you get new recruits, right?
Yeah, but it ain't
every year you get new recruits.
Oh, okay. So how did Michigan do this year? How did Michigan do this year? They won the national championship last year.
Right.
They won the national championship last year.
Right. Michigan and they got the same coaching. Right.
But I'm saying though, look at you lost JJ McCarthy.
Hold on now. But I just gotta ask you, did Michigan fill those holes that they lost?
They tried, but you're trying to fill you're trying to fill the shoes of JJ McCarthy, Blake Corum, and all these other boys. Florida State, you're trying to replace Travis Jordan. You're trying to replace you're in Buffalo, Keon Coleman, who's your number one, Jordan Travis, Keon Coleman. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard sometimes when a lot of your team is when you have a senior heavy team that misses out. Now you're starting with freshmen and sophomores trying to get back to Florida State because they're in Florida, and the state of Florida is it's a fact of a college football factory. They'll be back, but also understand too with those Florida teams, they get diluted too because you got a bunch of teams in Florida too. You got Florida, Florida State, Miami, FAU. What's the Bulls? What do they call Southern Florida? Southern Florida. You got all those teams there in Florida, and you're taking all of these kids and you're splitting them up to different. Most of those Miami-Dade County boys, they want to stay in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So Florida State, it's just one of those down years, just like it's a down year for Michigan this year. Michigan recruits very well, but you lost some heavyweights last year. Not every team is lucky to have Quinn Ewers, and then got the number one NIL dude in the country as his backup. Arch Manning is a top 2 or 3 NIL dude, and he's a backup.
Oh, so yes, Ramon. I know the percentage of players who don't make it to the NFL from college. I put that up on the show a couple of weeks ago. I totally understand that. I'm just saying that the major drop off that you've seen last year is like astronomically different.
Okay, what is Alabama's drop off? What's Alabama's drop off?
Again, I'm saying this is what I'm telling you. All I'm telling you is Florida State last year, that team should have got a playoff chance because look at the team now, right? Look at the team now. From that to this, and now look at the committee now. Look at the committee now, and I guarantee you that there's a stigmatism on Florida State because players seeing that, people see that, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm not about to get screwed over again." There is a major disrespect for ACC teams. Let's be clear. Let's call it what it is. There is a major disrespect when you see SMU 11-1 team now knocked out. Yeah, disrespect.
I don't agree. I look at Clemson.
Marcus, so you okay? Wait a minute. So you're okay with Alabama, a 3-loss team over Miami, a 2-loss team that lost by 5 and 4 points?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that there's a couple of ACC teams that get props, and Clemson is one of them. Clemson is one of them.
Hey, you know what's so funny about that? What's so funny that you just mentioned that?
What's that?
How much money has Clemson made the NCAA in the last 5 years with what's his name being the coach?
Dabo Swinney. Yeah, so you're saying they're not getting their props. No, Clemson gets their props.
No, I'm saying teams that pay attention to what I'm saying. Teams that are not making the NCAA the biggest of money. are not getting props. Florida State last year got screwed. SMU is getting screwed now, right now. Right now, as an 11
here,
team,
and this takes us full circle. And I'm gonna tell it to you a little bit early, Torch. Don't let Deion leave Colorado and go back home to Florida State.
Well, that's fine.
Do that, because I'll tell you what, you're saying that they got. I promise you, every kid in the state of Florida, just like every kid in the state of Colorado, right?
Yes,
and all around the country.
And Marcus, it would take for Deion Sanders to come to Florida State to research that team.
If Deion Sanders goes to Florida State, look out. Everybody talk about him going to the NFL. I don't think Deion Sanders is an NFL style coach. I just don't. I don't think that his style translates to the NFL. But if he, with Shedeur getting ready to leave and Shiloh getting ready to leave and Travis Hunter, you think Colorado's going to be as good next year as they've been this year?
No, not 3 games. Deion, not without Deion, they won't. But that's the same thing.
No, but I'm saying though, even if Deion stays in Colorado, do you think that they're as good next year without Shiloh and Shedeur and Travis Hunter? Is winning every award in the country. He's up for the Biletnikoff Award, which is the best receiver. He's up for the Jim Thorpe Award, which is the best defensive back in the country. He's up for the Heisman, which is the best overall.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, Marcus. My answer is yes. My answer is actually they may not be 9-3.
But that's what I'm saying. They're going to take a step back.
It won't be too much of a drop off.
Okay, if they lost 3 games,
let me tell you why. I got to give you the premise.
Okay.
They are loaded at wide receiver for one.
Okay.
2, recruits are going to want to come to Colorado. They already have Shedeur's backup. Have you seen
the 5-star? The 5-star that they just got.
Yeah,
I saw. Yeah.
I think Colorado can win 7-8 games next year with those players. As long as he beefs up, as long as he continue to keep beefing up that foundation, which is the offensive line and the defensive line, and they actually can get a second, I think they'll be fine. I think Deion Sanders is, for his couple years coaching in college, I think he's fine. From a guy who came from FCS school in Jackson State to bring them to the big dance in Colorado, and in 1 year after the 4-8 start to literally be 9-3.
What is it? He brought all those guys with him to Jackson State. Now
he's not up for the Thorpe, by the way. Yeah, I want to correct you on something. You said Travis Hunter is up for the Thorpe. No, he was snubbed from the Thorpe.
Okay,
remember Deion Sanders put that out there. He said, "How in the hell can you have a guy like him and not be up for the Thorpe?" He said, "I'm giving him my Jim Thorpe Award."
Yeah. I'm just saying, who's the best player on Colorado? Who's the best player on Colorado?
Ooh, see, that's tough because it's a pick between Shedeur and Travis.
Okay, well, both of them are going to be gone next year. So that's what I'm saying. So that's making my point for me. Okay, whoever you think is the best player on that team, you're losing both of them.
Right, you're going to lose
both. To try to replace them next season. I don't think that they win 9 games next year.
No, I don't think 7 or 8. I got them at 7 or 8 wins next year. But my thing is, again, there is a blatant disrespect. Blatant. And yes, they are getting screwed. Jay Renat, you can't tell me that they're not getting screwed when, hold on. See, I didn't want to have to go this far, but now I'm going to go this far to show Jay Renat why they getting screwed. See, I'm willing to do the work here to show you why they getting screwed real quick. I'm going to just show you. Why not? Why won't I just go ahead and show you top 12 right now, college football team playoff, right? You want to tell me they not getting screwed, but I can tell you right now, there is probably about 6 to 7 teams that's in this top 12 bracket who've played nobody this year. Let me also point out a team right now, Marcus, who literally played unranked teams all year and saw one ranked team and got blown out. You know who that would be?
Who's that?
That would be the Indiana Hoosiers.
Yeah. And guess what?
Did you know that they're in right now? They played unranked teams all year. Not one unranked team. Do you know when they played Ohio State, they lost 38-15?
Yeah. And that's what I say about when you're fraudulent. When you're fraudulent, you're going to get exposed. Y'all are feeling good real quick because y'all ain't really that good in football. Ain't really. When I think of the Indiana Hoosiers, I don't think of football. Okay, let's just keep it a buck. But y'all are going to go to the playoffs, and guess what? In the first round, you're going to get your teeth kicked in, and then all of that stuff's going to go out the window. But you got the opportunity because you won your. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So that's just what's going to happen. You know, Clemson right now. Clemson ain't what they were, but they won the ACC, so they're going to get an opportunity. And this is why people feel like the at-large bids, just because you won your whack-ass conference that was weak this year, you get to automatically go to the playoffs, which is fine because you're going to have it. You're going to have it sometime. Generally, a conference like the SEC is going to always have 2 or 3 teams. You know, Texas got 2 losses. Both of their losses are to Georgia. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Should Georgia's got
out. I bet you Texas ain't out.
You know, but both of their losses are to Georgia. So we'll see what happens, man.
So let's read real quick. Let's read something. Jay Renard, since you want to tell me how the top 4 seeds are likely to be the Big Ten champion, which is Oregon, the SEC champion, which is Georgia, 11-2, the Mountain West champion, which is Boise State. Excuse me, timeout. Hold up. Yeah, you see that head start nodding? You see that head start shaking? Pump the brakes. As much as I like Alshon Gentry, and he's phenomenal, and if he won the Heisman, I'm fine with it. I'm totally fine with it. Me and Anthony Heath had a phenomenal conversation, a very healthy conversation about him or Travis. And Anthony brought up some very interesting points that would put Alshon over Travis because of the pro style that Gentry has, playing against pro players, more pro players than Travis has this year.
In the Mountain West?
I wouldn't have believed it until he actually showed me. He literally showed me. He said, "Yo, listen, just listen to this. Look at the players that he played against this year, Gentry, and then look at Ohio State when they played them with the dual backs that they had, and those dual backs couldn't do what Gentry did against the same team, against those same teams. So I'm just like, okay, I respect that totally. That's something that was interesting. Very, very, very good point that he made. My thing is start respecting the Mountain West like that. No. The Big 12, okay. Arizona State is in there, right? ACC champion, Clemson. Notice how they put the ACC last on the list. Oh, they got 3 losses and will likely be seeded 11th or 12th. The first round hosts are Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, or Tennessee. Why do I hear an or? Why is there an or? An or is like a but. But. Here comes an excuse on some shit. First round visitors likely to be Ohio State or Tennessee, along with Indiana, Clemson, and either SMU or Alabama. Did y'all hear what I just read? Did you hear when I said Clemson and either SMU or Alabama? So
and Clemson's the only and Clemson's the only
Alabama is getting in over SMU again. Let me find out, folks. That the or is a but wait a minute. 3 losses and 2 losses to unranked teams. And SMU is not being what? Tell me again about the ACC bias again. Tell me again about the disrespect to the ACC again, sir. Yeah. Either or. I don't want to listen, man. If we're gonna stay straight parallel the whole time. I'm not buying it. Again, I'm not with the selling me horse piss and telling me it's ginger ale shit. I'm not with it.
What about
Look who's here this morning.
What about
Look who we got here and call it PC. Look who here this morning. Dennis Holmes in the building. I know he's a happy man right now with them Eagles soaring right now. Them Eagles is soaring, my brother. I give you some props on that. The Eagles is soaring, sir. We give you props on that. Saquon has made a big difference, but I know he joined because he's seen what was going on with the college talk. So Dennis, just give me your thoughts real quick on what you see in this college.
I don't think Alabama should be in it with those 3 losses.
Thank you.
The loss to Vanderbilt is the reason that they should not be in it. But
damn.
Is the college
hold on, Dennis. So are you okay with the loss to Oklahoma? Hold on. Are you okay with they lost to Oklahoma 24-3?
It looked bad, but I think the Vanderbilt loss was worse.
Oh.
Oklahoma's actually a big game for them, and rivalry talks. Well, at least
Marcus, you hear this?
But the Vanderbilt
loss to Vanderbilt is worse than a 21-point loss to Oklahoma, right?
A beat
so
down.
With him saying that right there, you telling me? So, sir, you telling me that Alabama should be in? You telling me Clemson lost 3 losses?
Here's the thing with the Vanderbilt loss. That's the first time that they've ever lost to them.
Oh yeah,
ever. So that
Well, no, Alabama should somehow still be in it, bro.
Yeah.
Give me a break, bro.
So are we saying that there's a SEC bias? Is that what we're saying?
ACC.
Well, their strength of schedule is the reason that they're going to get it, which they're in the SEC. So I guess you could.
Which is a shitty excuse, Dennis, because we went from 4 games to 12 to alleviate all that. We know that that's inevitable.
That's not why we alleviate it, because it's always going to be a problem. Even if we went to 32 teams, there'll be a 33rd team like we should get in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we all said that. That's inevitable, Dennis. We all said that. But the sole purpose from going from 4 to 12 was literally to get rid of that bias of strength of schedule. If you won your conference championship, you had a bid in. That was the whole reason for doing it. Again, it is inevitable that the SEC is always going to have a bigger strength of schedule for 2 reasons. 1, the money is there, and 2, because the recruits majority is there. Look at Texas this year. Texas literally went from the conference they were in into the SEC. What did Texas just do this year? 11-2 in the conference, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Which shows you that they can hold up in that conference, right? Some teams belong in SEC.
No.
Others do not.
No. That doesn't show you. It doesn't show you that they belong in the SEC. No.
What to show you then?
Because as you can see, they lost to Georgia twice because they really can't beat a real SEC team. That's what I've been trying to say. See, they just been hanging around. If you looked at their schedule, they didn't play us. They didn't play Tennessee. So they haven't really been through the gutter like this. Just letting you know. And they played Georgia twice and didn't beat them.
They beat Alabama. They beat Alabama when Saban was still there. What do you mean they're not worthy to against the
They're not worthy. Just because you beat Alabama doesn't mean Vanderbilt beat Alabama. We was just here with this. That
okay, but last year too?
Last year Alabama was worse than this year Alabama.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No.
Last year Alabama was worse.
No.
I'm gonna tell you why last year Alabama was worse. They had the quarterback switcheroo they was doing through the year. They didn't know if they was going to start Monroe or the other quarterback. They kept switching them back and forth. Last year Alabama was worse.
Alabama team.
Last year's Alabama was worse than this year.
Who recruits better than Texas? Who recruits better than Texas? Texas could have beat them. Let's not act like it was like some. It
Wait a minute,
wasn't some
hold on, Mike.
I'm telling you,
Hold on,
Texas.
stop right here. No.
I'm not
I
telling
need
you
to put
Texas
this out there
is
right now.
scrubs.
Is
That's not what I'm
Dennis saying
saying.
that?
They're not
Wait a minute.
scrubs.
Hold on, Dennis. Are you saying that Texas can't beat Tennessee?
No, they won't beat us.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay. Okay.
Oh
Okay.
boy.
Okay.
Oh boy.
They have a hard.
Yo,
Listen,
you
one
do
thing.
realize
I don't
that
know if y'all.
matchup
I don't know if y'all
ain't
been
come,
watching
right?
Tennessee, but one thing we do is play defense. We actually do play defense.
Woo.
Okay.
As you can
Alright.
see, they have a hard time against tough defenses. We
My-
played Georgia. We actually had Georgia
Shout out-
going
shout out
bad
to
until we
Dayton.
start making mistakes.
Ramon
Oh,
died.
okay. And the same thing happened with us. We had
No, not the first time. Not the first time. They beat y'all. They beat y'all badly in your house.
Okay. Yeah.
Badly.
Okay. And basically, they were in their house yesterday because the damn game was in Atlanta.
In Atlanta. Yeah.
Okay, so it's and
And they lost and don't forget they lost their quarterback. Tell the whole story now. They lost their quarterback.
They lost. No,
Backup
they didn't
QB
lose.
came in.
No, they didn't lose their quarterback. We knocked their quarterback out the game. Don't act like he just got hurt. He got knocked out the game. He got knocked out the game.
But it didn't help you. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Didn't help you.
Okay.
Here we
They
go.
barely won the game. They won. I mean, you got to give them credit for winning the game, but don't act like Texas can't compete with Georgia.
They can compete.
And-
but to say that, that they belong.
And the
They don't belong in the SEC, Mike. They don't belong in the SEC. Wait a minute.
Time out. What the hell does Tennessee? What the hell has Tennessee won?
We ain't win nothing since like 99, 98.
Okay, so what are you talking about? So you're telling me for the past all these years when Vince Young was there and Colt McCoy and all these boys that they had, that Texas couldn't have went to the SEC and competed, and y'all are in the SEC and ain't won nothing since Peyton Manning and T. Martin.
No, actually, Peyton Manning ain't win. It was T. Martin.
T. Martin.
It was T. Martin.
And Peerless Price and them boys. Y'all ain't won. Look, it's really been two teams in the SEC, maybe three, that have been good in the past 25 years. Alabama, of course, LSU for a couple of years, and Georgia recently. Now you had some scattered teams.
Don't forget about Tim Tebow in Florida.
And Florida. I mean, you had some teams scattered up in there. Like the one year with Cam around Auburn, Auburn. But for the most part, it's been really three teams that have been dominant there. You're not.
Wait a minute, Mark. Is this how you ask Dennis this question? Dennis,
but Tennessee.
Can Texas beat,
good old Rocky Top.
No, can Texas beat Vanderbilt?
Texas can beat Vanderbilt.
Texas
can they beat Vanderbilt? Can they beat Ole Miss?
And can they beat Vanderbilt in Vanderbilt?
No. Can they beat Ole Miss?
Did they play Ole Miss?
It don't matter. Can they beat them?
So they didn't play Ole Miss. Did they? So they just played Alabama. Who else did they play on their schedule? Texas.
Georgia.
Who did they play in the SEC?
Georgia. Twice.
Georgia twice. And who else?
Oh, I mean, we could go look it up. Hold on, give me a second.
It's Texas A&M's in the SEC.
Texas A&M. Okay, that was a tough fight.
Well, again, because that's an interstate battle, and these kids played against each other in high school. Texas A&M ain't ever been. I keep trying to tell y'all because somebody was making some little smirky comments when I say that Texas is football. Somebody, I ain't gonna mention no names or nothing. When I say Texas is football, Texas is football. Your initials are you.
Yeah, that's the comment I made about Texas
is football.
Take ass right now.
Because a lot of the talent. A lot of that talent gets diluted because you're spreading all of this talent.
Dennis, they got their boots. Hold on, Dennis, they got their boots smoke. When I take, let's put some context to that. When I take that, when I was like, take that. When I said take that, they got their fucking boots smoked. They got their boots smoked the whole week. All Texas teams got their I'm like, I thought Texas was football. I'm
Texas
sitting up
is
here
football.
watching.
You can have a bad. You can have a bad. You can have a bad. What are them California teams doing right now? How many California teams are in the playoffs right now?
0. They shitty.
Okay,
Well,
that's what I'm saying. California puts out some squads, and so does Florida. Sometimes it's just a bad year.
Florida, they beat Florida. They beat the brakes off Florida. They had a fight with Arkansas. We had a fight with Arkansas too, but we lost.
Okay, so why would you say? Okay, so back to your original premise. Why would you say with a straight face? I know your nickname is the ignorant thinker, but that's some real ignorant thinking to say that Tennessee would beat Texas. Why would you say that with a straight face?
You know what, Marcus?
Yeah.
When they play each other,
yeah,
and we do beat y'all,
yeah,
I got some orange shit to send you, so you can sing good old Rocky Top, all right? So I can just show you that just how good we are. We have a better defense.
Okay.
Georgia may have a better defense than us, but we're right there with defense.
Georgia got a good offense too. That damn boy Etienne is that boy Etienne is that Travis Etienne's brother?
Yeah,
that's Travis Etienne's brother.
I don't know what his name is, but Etienne #1 for Georgia. That boy, he's cold.
Yeah, Trevor.
He's cold.
By the way, Dennis, you are not allowed to reach your hand off camera on the show again, because you damn near had me thinking you was grabbing the dude wipes and shit again.
I got my dude wipes.
He's gonna bring the dude wipes onto the show, and I'm like, here you go, and then you pull out that damn Tennessee ad, bro.
With that ugly sherbet orange, that ugly ass sherbet orange.
And we got the player of the year in the SEC.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Sampson.
He said sherbet orange. Shout out to Adrian. Good morning. Shout out to Asher, Mike, everybody. Ramona, Brandon. What's good, man? The comments is interesting. All these comments. SMU almost won last night. Yeah, man. Y'all not about to listen. Y'all not getting away with that. That ACC bias. I see it, bro. I see the pattern, and I'm like, watch today.
Don't let I'm telling you right now. Don't let
Dion. Or is a but. Or is but.
Don't let Dion go to Florida State. Don't let Dion go to Florida State. Because I promise you, if Dion goes to Florida State,
Colorado,
if Florida State offers him the job, I believe, this is just my belief, and I don't have anything solid but I believe that Dion's always wanted to go back to Florida State. I just think he had to pay his dues.
Colorado?
Yeah. Why wouldn't he? Look.
Because he got it his way. He got it his way in Colorado.
Okay, and guess what? With what he's doing with Colorado, if Florida State comes in and says, we'll give you the same type of deal, complete and utter control. He's a Florida dude. He's a Florida dude. And I promise you, just like when he left Jackson State, if he leaves Colorado, all of them boys that he recruited to go to Colorado, okay, let's keep it a buck. And for all my people in Colorado, this ain't no offense to you. This ain't no offense.
It ain't where you rather be. It's all depends. Now I'm not gonna say where you rather be in weather-wise. What I'm gonna say is, where is it that the pressure is not the most on you? He go to Florida, the pressure's high.
Not in the ACC. Not in the ACC. He got
pressure. Just 2 years ago, they had a Florida team that should have been in the playoffs. Their quarterback got hurt.
Okay, and here's the thing.
That's why DJ Ugliotti, that was a dumbass decision for him to go there.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about it. He just recruited the #1 quarterback and he just recruited.
That don't always mean they're gonna be that good.
Okay.
You know
that. That's true.
You know that.
But what I'm saying is, everybody he recruited at Colorado, I guarantee you they would follow him to Florida State. He's from Florida. Every kid in the state of Florida would be trying to transfer to Florida State.
Yeah.
Do you know how much clout that Deion Sanders? Now imagine
that's why I said that. I was saying, why would he leave Colorado? Because Colorado couldn't really pay him what he was worth, so they let him have all the merch.
That's what I'm saying.
All of his merch. Hold on. So now he got 100% of his merch.
Hold on. Dion got $600,000 in bonuses alone from Colorado this year. That's
the ball we talk about. But I'm telling you about the merch. Like he get 100% of his merch.
The
So when
sunglasses and all that
when
stuff.
people out there buying them sunglasses or they got that, it ain't hard to find me shirts on and stuff like that. Yeah, Dion's getting all that money. Them sneakers, Nike, that Nike deal, he got a what coach got a Nike deal.
And guess what? And all that stuff would go with him to Florida State. And here's the thing about it. His recruiting ability would be off the chart. Here's what you have to understand. Dion basically is a king everywhere he goes. He was born and raised in Florida, but he has a house in Dallas, so he can recruit out of Texas, out of Florida. Anytime he steps into a living room to go recruit players,
they hate that about him.
Anytime he steps and goes to recruit. Can you imagine you're a parent and Deion Sanders shows up at your door and said, "Hey, I think I can get your son to the NFL." Sold. He's going there. I want to mentor your son. I want to get your son to the NFL. His weight, his voice carries a lot of weight. They better pray to God that he doesn't go to Florida State, because if he goes to Florida State, I guarantee within two or three. But here's the thing about it: if somebody's offering you the same deal, what school? Do you know what Colorado was worth? What their program was worth before he got there?
I don't know what their program was worth, but I do know in one weekend he made them $12 million.
That's what I'm saying. So imagine that same clout going to Florida State. As soon as Deion Sanders is coming,
the Florida State coach get fired. I'm sorry.
It don't matter.
Mike Norvell would be out if they could get Deion Sanders.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, who cares? If Deion Sanders wants to come to Florida State, they would find some. We'll pay you not to coach here anymore.
That's why I feel. That's why I feel
pay you not to coach.
Yeah.
We'll pay you not to coach, man. Can you see the T-shirts that they be? Deion Sanders is coming home. Deion Sanders is coming home. All-American, former Florida State All-American. Deion Sanders is coming home. Man, that would be the story of the summer, man. The story of the summer.
That's why I feel bad for Mike Norvell, because Mike Norvell should have had the opportunity last year to be in the national championship. No,
it might have been a good thing for him not to go up in there and get destroyed like he got destroyed. Didn't he get destroyed like the next week by Georgia?
Well, they did that on purpose, Marcus. Obviously, the committee.
Like that, but I just thought that Florida State should have got Cam. What's his name? Cam Ward. Yeah, they got the wrong quarterback.
And this is what I was telling Marcus. If I'm Cam Ward, I wouldn't want to go to Florida State either. I just watched this team get fucking played by the committee.
Okay, so where's Miami going this year? Where's Miami going?
Miami. Oh, okay. So watch this. I'm going to say this.
Where's Miami going?
So, hold on. I'm gonna say this right now. Miami should be in the playoffs.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Coulda, woulda,
I don't know about shoulda. They lost their opportunity, so I ain't gonna say that they lost their opportunity. They had a fair opportunity like everybody else. Well, not everybody else.
If I'm Cam Ward, if I'm Cam Ward, whatever BS bowl game that they're sending me to, the Poinsettia Bowl, the AutoZone Bowl, I'm sitting it out, and I'm good.
Marcus is okay with that shit. Marcus is okay with that.
I would, if I'm your coach, I would want you to sit out anyway, because I need to see what my next recruit got anyway.
If I'm Cam Ward, whatever BS bowl game that they send us to, I ain't playing. I'm doing just like the way Christian McCaffrey, when he was at Stanford.
Don't do that, because
he was supposed to come
to Florida State last year, decided not to play too.
Yeah. He was supposed to come here and play in the Sun Bowl here in El Paso. He said, "Nope, I ain't playing. I'm about to be a top 7, top 8 pick. I am not playing. See ya."
And I don't blame him.
That was it. And I don't blame him either.
I think everybody who's draft eligible shouldn't be playing in those bowl games, personally.
Unless it's like the big bowl game. Yeah, the natty.
Unless you're in the playoffs. If you're in the playoffs, those are the bowl games you should be playing. If you're not in the playoffs and you're draft eligible, like all the Michigan players that's leaving this year, they all need to be sitting out, because as a coach, I need to see what I got for next year.
What, you don't want to play in the Poinsettia Bowl?
I ain't playing in none of the bowls. Not the Ford. What was that? The Ford Bowl?
The AutoZone. Donaldson.
Dude, I ain't playing none of them bowls. Right? What's another one?
None of them joints.
Honestly, I don't think with Colorado, I don't think none of them seniors should play. None of them guys in draft was playing that bowl.
Nah, me either.
Being honest with you. And if I'm Deion, I'm cool with it because I need to see what I got next year.
Or who I'm taking with me to Florida State.
Right.
I don't think he's leaving.
And guess what? And if I'm at SMU,
I'm taking with me to. I need you to be. I need you to be healthy when we go to Florida State.
I need to see what I got next year. That's my whole thing. And I had to learn that myself.
I don't need y'all getting hurt because y'all are coming with me to Florida State in a few months. I need y'all to be healthy.
He probably already done had that conversation. That conversation already done had. Oh, we ain't in the playoffs? All right.
Go ahead and set this. Go ahead and set this out. Go ahead and set this. You're not playing. Coach, you benching me. I'm not letting you play in the Poinsettia Bowl. You ain't playing.
Walk the way. Our point already been made. Like you don't need the Jim Thorpe. He damn sure don't need a Poinsettia Bowl.
No, I'm not playing. I'm not playing in the Poinsettia Bowl.
Nah, but yeah, I'm just saying.
Dennis, I got a question for you. Jumping over to the internet, we didn't talk though, man. We didn't been on for an hour.
No, look, hold on, no. You can talk a whole hour about college football on this show right here. Definitely do that.
If Joe Burrow had a winning record, I want to know your thoughts on this. If the Cincinnati Bengals had a winning record, let's say they were 9-3, 10-3, something like that, where would Joe Burrow be in the MVP conversation? I know this is hypothetical, but I'm thoughts.
He'd be number 3.
With him leading the NFL in all stats, passing yards, touchdowns, all of that.
I just think he'd be number 3. They 9-3, and are they winning that division or are they still second?
Well, I mean, Lamar's still in it, and they're second in the division.
Yeah,
what is Cincinnati's record? What is Cincinnati's record this year without Joe Burrow?
Shit, what is it winning? You act like it's a difference without it. What is it winning?
They won 4 games. So if he wasn't playing, how many games would the Cincinnati Bengals have won?
None.
Right.
But y'all keep putting these stats up there like, oh, Joe Burrow, is leading the league and all. He got to. He ain't got no defense. Okay. He got to throw for his life. So you're gonna see a 5,000 passing yard season from Joe Burrow, and everybody's gonna get excited and say, "Oh, he was worth the money." I don't know if he was worth the money. And we're gonna find out.
I think he's a top 3 quarterback in the league. He just plays in a terrible organization. Just like I don't put all of the losses for the Baltimore Ravens on Lamar. I'm putting some of that on Justin Tucker. Don't call him Justin Tuck. Justin Tuck been getting death threats. Former defensive tackle for the New York Giants. He been getting. They got him confused with Justin Tucker. And he's like, I've been retired for 15 years, and I was a defensive end, and he getting death threats for Justin Tucker. Justin Tucker.
Like I told you, like the rest of them kickers, like Greg Anderson,
Mike Vanderjack,
Mike Vanderjack,
those
guys,
Steve Gostkowski,
and honestly, Young Wei Koo, which I call him some young ho, he's another one looking like mentally he's out of it as well, and that's my fantasy kicker.
Once they lose their confidence, these kickers, it's a wrap, man. I don't care how good.
Grammatica is like that.
Grammatica, Mike Vanderjack. I remember when Vanderjack, when Peyton Manning nearly wanted to put hands on him.
Yeah.
Peyton Manning nearly wanted to put hands on Mike Vanderjack. He goes, we're about to win the game, and these damn kickers missing field goals. Justin Tucker, I can't trust him no more. Justin Tucker He's statistically the worst starting kicker in the NFL right now. Until this year, he was the most accurate kicker in NFL history, and that dude has fell off a cliff, man. He's fell off a cliff. I don't know what it is, man.
This is the first year that I sat here and I said to myself, as far as fantasy football, tight ends and kickers, I really gonna have to take my time with.
It's just it's one of those. The other thing too, I don't know if like this year, like in Aces League, I lost my first 4 picks to injury. Pacheco, Rice, Ayuk, and Dak. And bro, I mean, it's hard to play when you got injuries like that, man. It's hard, man. I done lost more games this year than I had in 3 years combined. But it's just them injuries, man.
P squad, the injury reserve squad, the IR squad.
Good job. They're pretty bad. They're pretty bad, man. They're pretty bad. I'll tell you something, man. San Francisco they're in a bad spot, man. They're in a really bad.
They hit with that double curse. They'll be all right. I know about that. I know a lot about that curse. I was hit with that curse last year.
How so? What do you mean?
After losing the Super Bowl and coming back the next year, that's a curse.
See, here's the thing about it, though, Dennis. I think it's different for them because they're kind of an aging team. Trent Williams, 36 years old. He ain't what he used to be. You just lost both your top running backs. Christian McCaffrey ain't no spring chicken. You lost Jordan Mason. Kittle's like 32, 33.
Kittle's 30?
Kittle's 32.
I didn't know that.
Look at that.
I thought he was
he's like in his early 30s. From Iowa. He's like 32 years old. He ain't as old as Kelsey. Kelsey's the same age as Gronk. And Gronk's been retired for what, 2 years?
Yeah.
Kittle is like 32 years old. He's near the end. Trent Williams is near the end.
He's 31, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they and then now you got to pay Purdy. I'm going to say this again.
But what if you franchise tag?
Franchise tag who?
Purdy.
That's still people just think the franchise tag is the average salary of the top 5 at your position. So that's Dak. So that's Dak. That's Burrow. 50.
Yeah.
50. You 60, 55, 55, 55. And 2 was at 53. You're talking about 52, $53 million for 1 year that fully guaranteed. You got
to make sure he is.
I can't do it, man. I
would be cool with losing $50 million 1 year to make sure that he's it. Because I like I told you before, I felt as though Brock Purdy had to show me that he can win games.
I
said this is the year that he's been in the system 3 years. This is the Kyle Shanahan system. You have to show me that you can win games. Like you look back at the game and you be like, Brock Purdy killed him that game. Look at it. Look how he was dicing him up. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I see you, Tank. You are in first place. Tucker.
There was one game he looked real good. He looked real good in one game when it was I think Jawan Jennings had 170 yards.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That was the one game he looked good this season. And I was like, all right, maybe the system is starting to work. He ain't got no wide receivers. Like, this is all him. No Christian McCaffrey, no wide receivers, no number 1 wide receivers, but making it work. I mean, it's Jawan Jennings. They got Pretty Ricky out there. So they got to make it work. It's just the whole thing about it. Just how are you going to make it work? How is it going to get done? What's going to happen? Like, I'd rather pay him the $50 million than see him go through it another year. This will be his 4th year in the system next year. You get everybody back, even though I'm not a big fan of having Brandon Ayuk back.
I think Brandon Ayuk's one of the best wide receivers in the league. I think he's better. He's a
One of the best wide receivers in the league. That makes him like top 5, right? That makes him like top 5?
Well, when you consider that there's 32 starting wide receivers, 64, actually 64.
Yeah.
So if I'm in the top 15, is Brandon Ayuk top 15?
He's top 15, but he ain't top 10.
Okay, top 15. That's acceptable, right?
No. Hold up. Dennis, name your top 10.
He ain't top 10. He ain't better than Tyreek Hill. This year he might have been better than Devontae Adams. He's not better than CeeDee Lamb. He's not better than Justin Jefferson. He's not better than Nico Collins.
4.
He's not better than AJ Brown.
5.
The resurgence of my favorite NFC East wide receiver, Scary Terry.
I'd rather have him over Scary Terry.
I'd
rather have him over. So I'll give you 5. I'll give you 5.
Bullshit.
You didn't say Justin Jefferson. That's 6.
Bullshit.
Okay.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
That's 6. Who else you got?
I got to think about some new wide receivers.
You over Scary
DK Metcalf?
No.
That's about. I think that's about even. I think it's about even.
Letting him get away with that? Wait a minute. You are letting him get away with that?
Yeah, there's still more teams. Oh no, he's not better. Do you say Puka Nacua?
I didn't say that's 7. The Sun God.
Do you say Cooper Kupp?
I'd rather have Ayuk over Cooper Kupp at this stage. Yeah.
I'm asking. I'm putting names out there.
The Sun God. Sun God.
That's 8. Sun God. I know there's more teams out there. I just can't think of nobody right now. There's another number 1 wide receiver out there. That's not
Cortland Sutton.
No, I think they're about even.
Okay.
I say they even.
Okay.
Like Amari Cooper, I say they even.
Not at this stage in their careers. George Pickens.
Nah. I'll go even. I'm not gonna say George Pickens is better.
Okay.
I would.
Give me another team.
I said Cortland Sutton.
Oh, Jamar Chase.
Oh yeah, I didn't even. That's 9.
It's 9. So let me get another one. Hold up. I can get me another one.
Mike Evans.
Mike Evans.
That's 10. Okay. But after that,
I might say DJ Moore.
No, I
might say DJ Moore.
I think I'd rather have Ayuk is nice. He's real nice. I think him sitting out the entire offseason, I think it just kind of hurt him. And he just never could get on track. He could just never get on track.
Okay, I got a list. Y'all funny as hell to me. First of all, Tyreek Hill.
Okay.
Justin Jefferson.
2.
Garrett Wilson.
Nah.
I don't know, man. I think it's only because he's with the Jets. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think his talent is there.
On, bro.
He has a talent. Look, just being talented. We've seen a lot of players come in the NFL wide receiver wise that were talented. I think, look, I'm going to say this, and I've talked to Mona about this. I'm going to see y'all's thought on this. I think George Pickens, talent-wise, is a top 7 wide receiver.
Okay.
I think he's top 10 talent. I think he's top 10 talent.
Okay.
Let me do the list first.
But the headache that comes with him ain't worth it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Well, let me preface this too. Garrett Wilson made a name for himself last year before Aaron Rodgers came on scene. It was Garrett Wilson's team with who was his quarterback last year?
Zach Wilson.
But if we go by last year, then there's a lot of people we can put up there. If we're going by just last year.
Oh, but that's fine and dandy. I'm still putting Garrett Wilson
Look how
up there.
many drop. Look how many. I want you to look and see how many drops
Put Garrett
Garrett
Wilson, hold
Wilson
on,
has
put
this
Garrett
year.
Wilson on San Francisco
But I'm not
right now.
going. But if we go by last year, I'm not going to disrespect Brandon Ayuk. He did make All Pro. I think it was second team All Pro last year.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
He did
does
make All
Garrett
Pro.
Wilson give you the same result in San Francisco?
I would make that trade in a heartbeat if I was San Francisco.
Oh, okay, thank you. So
I would make that trade in a heartbeat.
So let me finish, right?
Okay.
So Garrett Wilson, right? Jamar Chase, Nico
Okay.
Collins, AJ
Okay.
Brown, Amon
Okay.
St. Brown,
I said all.
CD Lamb,
Okay.
Jaden Waddle.
I'm not taking him. I'm not taking.
Waddle.
I'm not taking Waddle over.
Not the
I'm
Waddle.
not taking Waddle over IU.
Not the one.
You said no to DJ Moore, right?
Yes.
Know what DJ Moore's numbers was last year?
Okay.
Last year with Justin Jefferson. Jefferson last year
He's
DJ
talking
Moore.
about he's talking about DJ Moore from the Bears.
from the Bears. With Justin Jefferson last year, his numbers, I think he had over 1,200 yards.
He plays for the Bears. Justin Jefferson plays for the Vikings. What are you talking about?
My fault. I mean Justin Fields. My fault with Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields. Okay, I was like,
My fault with Justin Fields, the quarterback. My fault.
Mike Evans,
okay, yeah, Mike Evans. I'm a big Mike Evans fan.
Scary Terry, Puka
I'm not.
Nacua.
I say Scary Terry, but I say Scary Terry, but everybody hate on Scary Terry. But Scary Terry, this is the first year Scary Terry has had a good quarterback.
Scary Terry's
In
a
his career.
one-trick pony. Scary Terry's a one-trick pony. He's a
I don't think he's
non-route
Are you a one-trick pony with a bunch of different quarterbacks?
Chris Olave.
because I'm looking at his route running ability. Like I talked about another guy who couldn't run
What
routes.
route can he run?
A guy a couple of years ago, and I kept telling y'all that he couldn't run no damn routes. He could only run 2 damn routes, and y'all got mad at me when I said he is.
What guy was that?
He's a highly paid Gabe Davis. That's what he is. He's a non-route special. He runs 3 routes. Scary Terry is not a top wide receiver for me. He's just not.
Bro,
So you think Stephon Diggs don't run good routes?
Stephon Diggs is not this version of Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs is a top 5 route runner in this league. I don't know.
So
if he
who
is
was the
anymore.
guy you told me only ran 3 routes? What's that guy?
Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis.
Oh, I ain't never
He's a
seen- I
speed.
ain't never
He's
seen
a
Gabe
speed.
Davis.
He's a speed.
I ain't never seen Gabe Davis.
Oh, you couldn't tell
Oh,
Buffalo
wait a
Bills fans that
He
2
just-
years
Hold
ago.
on, but he just said Scary Terry is Gabe Davis. How disrespectful.
Yeah, that's not even good. That's why I said Scary Terry's not a one-trick pony.
He's a fast guy. He's a non-route guy. Run deep, fly route, non-route. That's all he does.
So
that's
He
why
gets a lot of out routes.
That's the reason why he can't ever really elevate. Part of it too is because he's had trash ass quarterbacks. I get it, but his route, I get it. But his route running ability, he's not that great of a route runner. I don't
know about that one, Marcus. I think we're gonna have to revisit that, Marcus.
I don't know what Marcus talking about right now. Chris Olave.
Now, Gabe Davis, I give you Gabe Davis.
No.
I give you Gabe Davis on that because Gabe Davis and Mac Hollins is pretty much the same wide receiver.
And MVS.
That's pretty much the same wide receiver.
And MVS. Throw MVS in with that too. Non-catching, three route running asses.
But Josh Allen has made Mac Hollins better though. But Josh has made Mac Hollins better.
He's two times as good as he was, but 2 times 0 still 0.
You know that, but I just said that Josh Allen made him better. I don't give a damn about that.
I don't think he made him better. I just think Mac Hollins is the same guy. I don't think he made him better.
All right, Malik Neighbors.
But this is a rookie season, so I didn't include no rookies.
I can.
George Pickens.
Devonta Smith. Who?
You heard me.
Who?
No, I ain't hear you.
Devonta Smith.
Nah, I don't view Devonta Smith like that. I don't. He's a good look. They thought so. When he got drafted, Torch, we did a show, and
Marcus, you want to talk about me? You made the same mistake on Devonta Smith, sir. Why you talking about
mistake? I told you because everybody was saying because he won the Heisman Trophy. I remember specifically when I said Devonta Smith. I said, and he still won't be the first wide receiver taken. And Jamar Chase sat out COVID year and still got drafted over him. Still got drafted over because Devonta
so did what you call him? His own teammate.
The
Waddle.
Was it Waddle went before him?
Waddle went before him too.
Yeah.
Okay, so that tells you everything. You're a Heisman Trophy winner wide receiver.
Don't sit here and try to act like the bunch is no scrub.
He's all right. He's all right. That's what he is. Hey! We have an Eagles fan. We have an Eagles fan. We got an Eagles fan on the panel. Tell us a little bit about Devonta Smith, Eagles fan.
He's a bad motherfucker. He's a BMF. He's a bad motherfucker. But
yes, thank you.
I'm not putting him in the top 10 of wide receivers. I'm not putting him in the top 10 of wide receivers.
Would you rather have him or Ayuk?
I'd rather have Devontae Smith personally.
Thank you.
The slim. I ain't taking no damn 168.
Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. Our double wide receiver package may be the best in the league.
No, it's not. It's not.
Who got a better double wide receiver package?
I'd rather have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase.
You seen T. Higgins play lately?
Yeah. Yeah, I have. And he has more yards than Devonta Smith.
What season does T. Higgins and Jamar Chase have better numbers than Devontae Smith and AJ Brown?
Who's leading the league in receiving yards right now?
That's Jamar Chase.
Okay.
That's legit. We actually have the best running back in the league, so we'll take those. Yeah, we'll need those yards.
Okay. And guess what? And last year they had Joe. And last year they had Joe Mixon, who was top 5 in rushing, and they still were doing work. So they wasn't
doing better. They wasn't doing better than Devontae Smith and AJ Brown last year.
Let me tell you something. If T. Higgins is about to be a free agent. If T. Higgins
ain't better than Devontae Smith.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something right now. If T. Higgins and Devonta Smith were free agents today, if the Eagles released Devonta Smith and the Bengals released T. Higgins would get picked up before him. Guaranteed. Because he's a prototypical wide receiver. I ain't taking no damn 168 pound. What do y'all call him? The Slim Reaper? I'm not taking that boy. Y'all better go get him some. Dennis.
Marcus, T. Higgins been in the league 5 years and got 2 1,000-yard receiving years.
Why?
Right?
Why?
And he don't have a season over 74 catches. I'll let you know that too.
Why?
Right?
Why?
Now we're gonna look at Devontae.
There's a reason for. Don't just read me the numbers. Tell me why.
What's the reason? Why is that? Tell me the reason.
The reason why is because he has the best wide receiver on the other side of him.
Okay.
And at one time, they had 3 wide receivers, and they're trying to divvy up all these targets between Chase.
We're back now. Devontae Smith, 4 seasons in. 4 seasons in, 2 1,000-yard wide receivers. 2 1,000-yard seasons wide receiver.
Yeah.
Has a 95-yard and 95 catches and 81 catches in those 2 seasons.
Okay.
Production. And wasn't AJ Brown in the top 5 one of those seasons when he did that too?
Yeah, both of them.
Okay.
And AJ Brown would be in the top 5 receivers.
I got you. Check this out. Okay, I got you. Check this out.
Apologize to Devonta Smith.
I'm not apologizing for Nathan, for Nathaniel. I'm not apologizing.
Your thing is always. This is what I be telling you, man. Your thing is always size. You're not taking T. Higgins over the Sun God.
Look what I got on the screen. What I got on the screen.
Okay.
No, Marcus, look what I got on the screen. Who's number 3 in receiving yards right now, Mr. Gabe Davis? I can't believe you.
Gabe Davis.
I can't believe you. With a rookie quarterback on top of it.
He's a limited ass wide receiver. He's a limited ass wide. But back to the whole Devonta Smith thing. How many games did Joe Burrow miss last year?
He missed. They played 10, so he missed 8. They played 17. No, he missed 7.
Okay.
He missed 7.
And then his second Joe Burrow's rookie. So last year they had Jake Browning. He had Jake Browning as his quarterback most of the year. Now Joe Burrow's rookie year. How many games did he play? Now understand that. Okay. So you're talking about number. He's out there with backup quarterbacks and still doing work. Stop it.
So
Give
so
that man his respect.
so if your conversation is if you're out there with corny quarterbacks and you still put up 1,000 yards, you should be considered a top wide receiver. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying is look at the tape.
Watch what you say.
Look
Watch
at the
that.
tape.
Before you
No, I'm
start
saying
talking,
look at the
watch
tape.
what you say because you're making number 3 up there look real good with what you're saying. I'll let you know that, all right? Watch
I
what you
like
say.
Scary Terry. I like
Watch what you say.
I
Oh
like
no,
Scary
you
Terry.
don't. No, you
I like
don't.
him. I just don't like him.
I say that Scary Terry is to
There's
me
no-
is the best wide receiver in the NFC. That's what I say.
No, he's not. No,
I've been
he's
saying
not.
that for like 3
He's not.
years.
He's not better than CD. He's not better than CD. And I'm not just saying that because I'm a Cowboys fan. He's not better than CD. CD Lamb.
There you go. CD.
CD Lamb.
Mr. Knock up a whole bunch
He
of
ain't
yards.
ever. He ain't ever. Where's CD Lamb? Where's CD Lamb? CD Lamb is at number 5. CD Lamb is at number 5 playing with Cooper Rush. He's a number
He
5
used to play with Cooper Rush.
No. Hold on, Dennis. No, don't let him get away with that.
No, I ain't letting him
If you don't get your garbage time stat compiling ass up out of here with the CD Lamb bullshit, your team lost 5 games this year at home and been down 20 points.
Okay,
Yeah,
we're talking about over. We're talking about overall. CD Lamb is.
Y'all have no run. Wait a minute. CD Lamb has no run game at all. You know this with y'all doodle ass Cowboys, by the way. Shitty ass organizational Cowboys. No run game. Been down 25 points, 5 games this year. Garbage stat compiling asses. And you got CD Lamb where?
Okay, and CD Lamb
this year.
How many all pros does Scary Terry have?
I
all pros. How many all pro? Not Pro Bowls.
I said none.
You said none.
How many CD Lamb have?
CD
got the better quarterback.
Oh, he got a better quarterback there. Okay, I got it.
I said that. He don't have a better.
No.
Wait a minute. I got one for you. Name a Washington quarterback that finished the season since Scary Terry's been there. Name a Washington quarterback that's finished the season since Scary Terry's been there.
Bro, Dennis, I wouldn't even let him get away with that.
Sam Howell.
No, he didn't finish the season.
Sam Howell was a starter.
He got benched.
Are you talking about
nobody, Dennis? Ain't nobody in their right mind that watches football going to take Scary Terry over CD Lamb. It just
I'm giving you my answers on Scary Terry being the best wide receiver in the NFC East because the shitty quarterbacks that he has played with, but he still manages to get 1,000 yards. Now I know you're gonna say 1,000 yards ain't number 58 yards a game, so he can get it anytime. I know that's what you're gonna say, but for the lack of quarterbacks that he has had, I gotta say that's a BMF, man. That's a bad motherfucker.
Yeah, Dennis, you know what's so funny? The general consensus don't always have a right mind either. Let's be clear on that. Number one. Number two. Secondly, sir, if you don't get your garbage stat compiling ass the fuck up out of here, talking about a CD Lamb again, skipping CD Lamb, Mister. I sit on the bench.
You can say whatever you want about CD. He's an all pro. He's an all pro.
All pro at them garbage yards.
Okay, all pro.
Inflated. You know this. Last year, hold on, Marcus. Marcus, last year when your Cowboys was 12-5, y'all been 12-5 3 years in a row, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Them losses y'all took. How bad was them losses that y'all took?
They were bad. They were as bad as the losses that you took at Green with Devontae Adams when they put handcuffs on him, when the 49ers put handcuffs on him. You're saying what did he do in those games?
Your team in the playoffs.
Hang on. No. Here's the thing. You gotta have more than one wide receiver. The Buffalo Bills, the Dallas Cowboys, and the Green Bay Packers were built basically the same way. They had one all-world wide receiver that played good all year, and then when they got to the playoffs, what did the 49ers do to the Cowboys in the playoffs? What did they do to CeeDee Lamb? They put clamps on him, right? What did the 49ers do? What did the 49ers do to Devontae Adams when they got to the playoffs? What they do to him? They put clamps on him, right? And what happens to Stephon Diggs when he gets to the playoffs a couple of years ago is the same difference. In today's game, you cannot just have one all-world wide receiver and then get to the play. The teams that have success in the
Funny though,
playoffs.
because all three teams put clamps on CD Lamb though. All
Okay.
three teams
You
put
got
clamps on him.
you got
All three of them.
you
Buffalo,
can't do that.
Green Bay,
You can't do that to certain teams because if you try to put clamps on one guy, okay, you put clamps on him. Fine.
He's scared to say that CD Lamb is the weakest link. Technically, he's
CD
scared to say
Lamb
that.
ain't the weakest link.
Why
Again.
he the weakest link?
Tell me, come on, Marky.
No, but
Come on.
why is he the weakest link?
Why is he the weakest?
Yes.
Because he gets clamped by every team. You mean to tell me out of
Yes.
Devontae, he definitely got clamped by Green Bay. He definitely got clamped by Buffalo. He get clamped by San Francisco. And you just named Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, and CD Lamb. Who's the weakest link out of them three?
What I'm saying is at the time, those three wide receivers, they were some of the best in the game. And when they got to the playoffs, the way the teams played them, they're like, we are not going to allow just CD Lamb or just Stephon Diggs or just Devontae Adams to kill us. We're going to take him out, and somebody else is going to have to step up. You can't do that.
Link quarterback out of them? Who's the weakest link quarterback out of them? Come on, Marcus, it's time to tell the truth and shame the devil. It's time to tell the truth and shame the devil, sir. Come on, say it. This why the other day when we was on the show, when I said you can't use Dak Prescott being number 2 in the MVP conversation as an argument no more. Remember when we had that conversation?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why not?
Marcus.
Why not?
He was though. You say you can't use that. He was. That wasn't hypothetical. He was number 2 in MVP voting.
Again,
He was all pro as well. What was the problem with that?
all pro for what? All pro. So
He
you
was
mean to
all
tell
pro.
me? You mean to tell me Dak Prescott was the second best quarterback last year?
Yes.
No.
Look, who votes?
Maybe. Hey, Dre, I don't know what you was watching last year, but
I know what I
maybe
was
you just ain't like
sir.
what you saw. Maybe you just ain't like what you saw. But Dak Prescott was on fire last year.
When I see garbage ass games that he playing, that garbage ass, bro. That
You're talking about you're talking about playoffs. Who was number 2 in receiving yards last year? Who was number 2 in receiving yards last year?
CD Lamb.
Okay.
He was only down 50 yards to Tyreek Hill.
To Tyreek Hill. What are you talking
50
about?
yards less than Tyreek Hill. Is the Miami Dolphins another garbage ass time? Putting the shit up? The Miami Dolphins, are they considered the same garbage ass time team?
No, they're not. Their issue is they just can't play in the cold. they can't play in the cold.
No, I do think that they stat pat. If Dre is talking about stat pat, right?
Yes.
With these stat patting teams, right? I believe Miami is one of them as well. If he's gonna say that about Dallas, you got to say that about Miami as well.
And guess what, Dennis? I totally agree with that. I don't disagree with that.
The Miami Dolphins are stat patters.
Besides this season, they usually only do theirs in warm weather. So there's September's, October's. There's September's, October. That's why they put up 70 on the Dolphins.
On the Broncos. On the Broncos.
I don't know, but then get 50 and 60 dropped on them by the Bills and the Ravens in the same season.
Because they're not a cold weather team. If you take them out into the elements, everybody knows this. When they had to go to Kansas City last year, that playoff game?
Hold on, watch Marcus. This is where you're wrong.
Where am I wrong?
When they played Buffalo, it was in September.
Yes,
I would think
they're a warm weather team. They beat Buffalo in the warm weather, right?
Buffalo was
warm. They lost the next week. They just put up 70. They put up 70 that week. They lost the next week.
That's what I'm saying. They're a warm weather team. If you take them into the
warm weather last year here in Buffalo when they put up 50 on them.
Okay.
That ain't warm weather, but I see what you meant. It was warm in Buffalo, but ain't nobody had no shorts on.
75 is warm for Buffalo. There.
And then here's the other thing too. But Buffalo pretty much. I've had to tell Jay Renan this.
Hold on, Dennis. for people who can relate, because you know Dallas folks can't relate to no damn winter. If they
I'm
see,
not in Dallas. I'm in El
if they
Paso.
see snow, they think
Texas
the world
people,
is
Texas people.
right. Right. Dennis, you know how we get blizzards and shit. We don't just get snow, Dennis. We get blizzards or whiteouts. We don't just get regular snow, sir. So if you play in Buffalo in September and it's 75 degrees, that's warm weather.
That's
There's
what,
no
yeah.
excuse for Tua with that. You got your boots
Y'all
smoked.
just got
and you
y'all just got Miami's number. That's really what that is. Y'all just got y'all got Miami's number.
however you want to put it, however which way you want to draw it up. I agree with Dennis on the stat pattern. Both of them teams is stat patterns. They get their boots smoked and then stat pad. Yes, Dak is one of them. Dak and CD is one of the biggest culprits to that. And I watch.
Honestly, if we want to be
Yeah.
technical, this may hurt some feelings. If we want to be technical, I think it's a Mike McCarthy person.
Okay.
Oh, that don't hurt no feelings because I told y'all Mike McCarthy was a problem.
Y'all just never liked Mike McCarthy.
I told y'all.
Are we
I don't remember these conversations from these two guys when he got hired in Dallas. I don't remember these conversations. I remember these two guys telling me he was better than Andy Reid before he won a championship. Remember these two guys? It was y'all. That's where I got the toenail eating. That's where I got the toenail eating bitches from you two guys.
I think
we were arguing about Andy Reid and Mike McCarthy before Andy Reid won a championship. This is before Kansas City won a championship.
Dre has been one of the most vocal critics.
Dre, I have the footage. I'm letting you know. The argument was that Mike McCarthy. I'm telling you, but the argument was that Mike McCarthy. Y'all said Mike McCarthy was better than Andy Reid as a head coach, and I said the only saying is because he has a Super Bowl ring, and at the time Andy Reid didn't have one. And I kept telling y'all, Mike McCarthy is only as good as his starting quarterback. Once he goes down, it goes down.
This is how I know that I didn't say that about Mike.
This is where the toenail eats came from.
Watch this. I promise you, I put money on this. Anybody who knows me, who knows me as a Packers fan, I've always said
been very critical of Mike McCarthy.
They blamed Aaron, and it was really Mike. And you see that in Dallas, the same thing. They blame. Who was they trying to blame? Dak, right? They was trying to blame
blaming Dak before Mike. They've been blaming Mike before Dak got there.
And it's Mike and Kellen Moore, and it's fucking Mike McCarthy. Okay. I have never been a fan of Mike McCarthy. I will be honest with you. If I'm very critical. Let's not do that. The toenail eating bitches thing was probably top 5 legendary moment probably in podcasting, and I give you that. But nah, you ain't getting me saying Mike McCarthy was better than Andy Reid. Never.
I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna send it to y'all.
Not me. You gonna have to send me and this transcript gotta say that I said Mike McCarthy was better.
I need video evidence, guys. I'm
going flag on that one. I'm gonna go red flag on that one.
I gotta get up out of here, guys. Guys. Are y'all doing something later on?
I'm doing something probably tomorrow. I don't know about later on. Later on, this is a bunch of games. Who plays Sunday night football? Who plays Sunday night?
Kansas City and the Chargers with LADD. If LADD plays, if he plays.
Let me know if y'all are gonna do something, man. My groceries just got here from Walmart, man. I appreciate y'all.
I said I'll do something tonight. I ain't gotta work tomorrow in the morning.
Okay. And so I might pop my head up in there. Make sure y'all check out Coffee Talk in the morning too, all right?
All right.
Yeah. And hey Dennis. Hey Dennis. Good to see you, brother. Now you can see me more often. You got to be like, I know it's been a while. You know, I know it's been a while.
You see it. I know you see it. I say it.
Not to see him punk shit. Not to see him punk shit. Not to see him punk shit. Nah, listen, we gotta look. Hey Dennis, we gotta talk about that too. The CM Punk shit. We got to talk about that, sir. I know I be watching y'all talk a lot of wrestling. I got to get some wrestling talk with y'all, man. For real. By the way, now y'all been tuning in to the Rise Up Unlimited Radio Show, brought to you by WDAP Radio and WDAP TV. We'll see y'all later. See ya. Goodbye. Marcus didn't do it. I was waiting for Marcus to say see ya.
I'll let you do it. You can do it this time.
Yeah,
y'all have a good one, man.